So I got a question from a student that I think can help a lot of you out. So I figured I'd tackle it in video format here for you today, okay? Now, this question basically pertains to how the various different forms and ways that you can record content a little bit easier, right? So this is going to be geared towards beginners that are new to the content creation game, whether they're just filming videos for something like YouTube or they're filming like courses, right? The easiest way to get started is really just kind of starting with your phone if you're teaching in a video format where you actually want to interact with the camera, show things in real life, right? Your phone's probably the easiest way to get started. Every new phone pretty much has a pretty solid camera with a built-in microphone, so you don't need anything fancy to get started. I would recommend that you kind of just get started initially without buying a camera, without getting any fancy software or anything like that, because you don't need it, right? Your phone has a good camera, your phone has a decent microphone, and it will get the job done while you learn to kind of present yourself and film yourself better and get a little bit more comfortable in front of the camera. Okay, now I'm filming it vertically because I'm going to pick up the phone and actually show and demonstrate things here in a second. But if you're filming like a talking head video where it's just you talking in front of the camera and you're not actually picking the phone up or doing anything, then you probably want to turn it horizontally. I'm not going to do that because it's probably going to mess the video up here. But turn your phone horizontally, then press record, okay? So that will help you out because a lot more of the things, unless you're uploading to like Instagram or something like that, a lot more of the formats are vertical. So like Facebook's vertical, like Udemy's vertical, like all the course websites are vertical. Obviously YouTube is horizontal, excuse me, not vertical. They're all horizontal. The only one that is, kind of a fit for vertical is Instagram and IGTV, okay? So turn your phone horizontal, and then you can still upload to Instagram as well, okay? So that's with a phone, right? So you can also, I'll show you my tripod that my camera's on here in a second when we actually turn around, and we talk about like cameras and recording equipment, but you can actually get a mini tripod. So I'll try to link one of the ones that I recommend down in the description. I meant to bring one back to my apartment today, but I actually completely forgot it this morning. So I'll link one down in the description. Basically what that is, if you want to go ahead and set up a tripod or put your phone on a mini little tripod, it's really going to help you so you don't have to hold it and talk to the camera the entire time. You just set your phone up on a tripod, get the little adapter adjustment, bam, put it in the tripod, press record, and then it will sit there by itself, be stationary, and it'll be really easy to actually record, okay? So that's the phone with a tripod. That's the first way and the easiest, okay? Now the next one before we actually jump onto the computer is recording it with a camera. So let me show you my camera setup. It's nothing crazy. It's literally just like we see here, the LOOM G7, right? And you see here's the external mic on top, and I actually have a wireless lavalier microphone right there, boom. So that's what I use. Now, a more beginner-friendly one, and keep in mind that you don't need any of this because your camera, a lot like your phone, actually does have a built-in microphone, although keep in mind, and it might help you to start with just the camera microphone initially, but if you're getting a camera, I would recommend getting a microphone because a lot of times the camera microphone is not up to par with a lot of the other microphones that you can get, and on top of that, realistically, like you can get a cheap microphone that's going to make it sound a lot better. So this is a Rode mic. This is what a lot of people use as well. So basically what you would do is you'd slide this off on the back, slide this on the top, and then you see where it plugs in right here on the side of the camera. A lot of cameras just simply have a plug, right? So you slide the microphone on top. It's a different thing initially. Slide it onto the camera, plug it in on the side, and boom, right? Then you literally press record, and that's how that starts working. Now, I'm not going to get too in-depth with the wireless lavalier, because that could be an entire, new video in and of itself. But that's pretty much the setup, right? Your phone with your normal camera and your normal, just filming a video this way and using the microphone on the phone to actually pick it up. Very simple, what I recommend for most beginners. Now, if you want to spring for a camera, just make sure to get a mic as well because your audio quality is crucial when you're filming from a camera, and it's going to deter a lot of people, off your video initially if your audio quality, isn't that good. So that's really the easiest two ways to kind of film. Then simply you take out the memory card on the camera, put it into your computer, wherever that actual disc goes, the SD card, and boom, you just pick the file off the SD card, put it in your editing software, start editing that way, okay? Now, okay, the third way is if you want to go on your actual computer, right? So let me kind of show you really fast. I wish I could flip you around, but I don't really record from my phone a lot, so I'm not sure. So I'm not sure if you can actually see this right here, but up here in the right is Loom, okay? Now, what I used to recommend to most people is OBS, because OBS is really, really easy, to kind of get going once you set it up. Although for beginners, it's probably not the best thing to get started with because it can be a little bit tricky and a little confusing to kind of set up initially, right? So what is best for most people when they're filming on, from the computer is a software that's literally just click and record, right? So you don't need to set anything up. You don't need to worry about kind of connecting a bunch of different things through the OBS software. You can kind of just literally press a button on the actual computer and it will start recording for you, okay? There's many out there. I've recommended Screencast-O-Matic before, which is free, but it does limit you to 10 minutes, I think, on the free version. You can pay like $20 a year, or I think it's like $12 a year. It's very, very cheap, and then you get unlimited and you lose the little watermark. That's a very good point and shoot one as well that I also recommend. But honestly, Loom is free too, and it's been great. I've been using Loom, in place of OBS a lot lately, and I've been loving it. So as you see here, Loom is literally a Google Chrome plugin that you can download. It's 100% free. So if I click this up, you'll notice that, okay, it gives me the option to record record the full desktop, the screen and the camera, right? You see right here, it's actually recording me on the actual camera. I'm waving to it, right? So it's recording it from the top of my camera, and it's also recording the screen. You can also elect to just go screen only, and then it's gonna take this away, and I can X out of this as well. And then boom, it's just recording the screen. It's not actually using my camera up here to record me. It's simply just recording what's on the screen. Or you can also, if you don't want to spring for a camera or use a phone, you can also just go camera only, and that will literally just film, and I already X'd out of it, so let me kind of go back into Loom so you can kind of see. So if I go all the way over to camera only, then boom, this is what it's going to be filming, right? It's not going to be filming anything on the screen. This entire thing in the bottom right here, it's just going to be the entire screen and filming me. So that's a really, really easy way to kind of set up Loom. It's super, super easy. It's point and shoot, and you don't need an external microphone to actually get started with Loom or with your computer, okay? Your computer, much like your iPhone and your camera, has a built-in microphone already, although keep in mind the microphone is not very good, so I do recommend that you get an external microphone as well, okay? So here's one that I use. I use the Blue Snowball. It's right here, bam, Blue Snowball, right? Super easy because it's literally just plug in and use. You don't have to keep it plugged in your computer. It's portable. You can kind of fold it up and take it with you a little bit. I think it runs anywhere from like $50 to like 70 or 80 bucks. You can usually find a good used one on like eBay or somewhere like that. But I highly recommend it because while it's not up to par with the Blue Yeti, it comes with none of the problems that the Blue Yeti comes with. So the Blue Yeti, often you'll find like sometimes it'll have like a hissing, or once you get it like going, right? Getting ahead of myself and getting excited. The Blue Yeti gets like really crisp audio quality, but if you kind of, there's been a lot of issues that people have been having setting their Yetis up, and sometimes you get a faulty piece of machinery and a faulty microphone, and it doesn't sound as good. So I would just, avoid the Yeti in general, because the Blue Snowball does like 95% of what the Yeti does, and it's like 100 times easier, like more easy to use, right? So if I just literally take the one end of the Blue Snowball, right, and I plug it into my computer, you'll see right here, before I even show you, if we go back to screen and cam, right, I want to record my computer and the actual camera right here down on the left, right? So then we go show advanced options to show you what actual camera source and what actual audio you're filming. So look, there's only literally one camera because I only have one camera on my computer right now. Now you can hook up an external camera, but we're not getting into that. That's a little bit advanced, and I don't recommend that for beginners, right? If you're looking into, using a camera with your computer, that's a little bit more advanced. So you're probably more advanced yourself, and you don't need to be watching this, beginner tutorial, right? So that shows you the camera source right there. You don't need to change that. It's literally just going to automatically pick your webcam. Okay. Now, on top of that, if you have a bad camera, then don't use your webcam. Just simply record your screen. Okay. So the middle option, just record your screen, okay? Now, if you do have a decent camera, then maybe you want to go both, right? But then it's also going to show you below that your microphone source, right? So I don't have my Blue Snowball plugged in right now. As you see right here, it's not plugged in. So when I click down microphone source, it doesn't pop up. It's just the Realtek microphone that comes on my computer. But once I plug it in, you'll show that, okay, the Blue Snowball lights up, boom, it's plugged in. And now if we unclick this and click back down, or maybe I need to kind of go back into Loom once I plug it in, the Blue Snowball is there right now, bam. microphone, blue Snowball. So that's how you basically do it. And then literally you just kind of click start recording after that. Once you kind of set everything up, you don't really need to worry about setting it up again. Just make sure you have the right microphone selected if it's plugged in. And then boom, you hit start recording. It's gonna count it down. You hit entire screen, share, 3, 2, 1, and then bam. Now, if you wanted to get rid of this, I'm recording both of them, right? So like you see here, it's literally recording my webcam. If I wanted to get rid of the webcam, I can X out of this, okay? Bam. Now, if I wanna hide this little thing right here, I just click hide. Now down here, you can, I think there's a way to hide this menu too right here if you click this, but I don't ever kind of do that because what I like to do is kind of just keep it there and then pause it. But if you wanted to hide it, you can hide it that way. And then if you want to open it up back again, you can just open it up that way, right? So here I am talking to the camera and all I'm seeing is the screen, right? Like I'm talking to the camera, I'm just seeing the screen. And remember, I X out of the camera, so this is not recording me anymore. And then once I'm finally done, I hit this, finish recording, and it automatically takes me to Loom, which then I can watch the video. It's also going to download the video in real time, right? So that eventually once it starts processing and it's done, and this is a short video, so it might take like, honestly, like 10 seconds, and here it goes already. Now, if it's a longer video, you might have to wait like a minute, maybe like 5 minutes, 10 minutes for you to be able to download it. But, oh, running out of battery life there real fast. And then bam, once you see it, this actually pops up as black and you can download it. You just click download, okay? And then, oh, computer's messing up. I hit download, bam. Pops in and downloads, and then I can finally watch my video. And then bam. Now, if you wanted to get rid of this, I'm recording both of them, right? So like you see here. See, like that's the one that we recorded before, and then I can simply open that up in Shotcut and start editing it or open it up in Premiere Pro. So that's the 3 easiest ways to start recording. Remember, if you're just starting, you either want to take recording from your phone or from a camera, or you want to just do the screen, right? You can mix and match both of them, but it's not like you're recording from your phone and your screen at the same time, or from your camera and your computer at the same time, right? You can do that. That's a little bit more advanced, and we're not going to get into that. I recommend that you just start with something simple, right? So just your phone, just your camera and a microphone, or just your screen on your computer and doing it that way. So instead of OBS, because that's a little bit, more kind of, it's less beginner friendly, although it's easy to use once you set it up. Loom is literally just click and start recording. It's so much easier to use. I highly recommend that you look into it. So hope that helps. And if you guys have any other questions, drop them in the comments section down below. I would love to answer them for you.